Hello everybody, Dadas here, speaking to you from the Dadas Trading Room Discord server, to which you are sincerely invited. The link with the invitation is below in the descriptions. And what's going on the Dadas Trading Room Discord server? Well, I stream live every day. So I'm showing you what I'm doing, and we can also chat or text chat or voice chat. You are sincerely welcome. Now, sorry for yesterday. I was busy, and I recorded the Polish daily recap, but then it became very late, and I wasn't able to record the English one. So I'll summarize what I've been doing today. So this will be today. So on a different account, I've been testing. Well, say testing. I've been practically what I did is I constructed a specific algorithm for trading the Renko charts, right? And I've been doing that since Friday practically, or perhaps even I began with the idea on Thursday, and since Thursday I've created a couple of different. I've had a couple of different ideas with different types of trading signals, right? And then I was creating the algorithm so that I could add that algorithm for the Renko trading right here in my Dadas trade ruler manager, right? So let me do this like this a little bit so you can see, because yeah, right there, yeah. So in my Dadas trade ruler manager, I made I wrote an algorithm for automatic trading Renko. Yeah, so when I clicked it through, I get this button, and I have to switch it with this button. I have to switch it on or switch it off. There are like pattern 1, pattern 2, and pattern 3. At this moment, I didn't have a lot of time to test out the patterns, because on Friday I was testing either pattern 1 or pattern 2. One of these patterns, I think it was pattern 1. I was testing pattern 1 on Friday. So this is right here, and at the beginning there was a bug in the expert advisor, so it kept opening trades, right? Then I fixed that, and it started working correctly, but we can see that those trades were taken on a different basis, not on these signals that I have right now. Anyways, it turned out that apart from this specific, situation where it was just wildly opening trades on the same candle, opening trade, hitting the stop loss, opening it again, hitting the stop loss, opening again. That wasn't my idea, so I had to stop that and then fix the whole thing. And when I fixed it, then it started working properly. Anyways, I was managed. I did my little thing, and I managed to recover and even make profit right here. Anyways, on Monday I was. On Monday I was again looking at my expert advisor. I fixed some other. I had some other ideas, right? And I simply introduced or wrote the code for those ideas. And I also got a different idea for different signal, right? And when I implemented that signal, I mean, yeah, the expert advisor wasn't running right here, so it didn't take any trades. Now I ran the expert advisor later on, and basically this the first trade triggered properly, and it also closed itself properly. It's not take profit based. I mean, the take profit is virtual, and so the expert advisor is closing the trade after a certain amount of pips, or a defined amount of pips has been reached or crossed, so passed, right? Yeah. Now, yeah, the second trade, I kind of came because I wasn't even looking at this first trade. I was doing something else outside. So when I came back, I saw this situation, and for some reason I decided to close it manually, which was practically a stupid thing because we can see that the market continued that, and it would have also closed in the proper way, like here. But then I had a specific idea on a different way of calculating the let's say the virtual take profit level. Instead of calculating the 15 pips, let's for example, let's say I set it to 15 pips, right? So I was calculating that from the order opening price, but that wouldn't make. I thought to myself that in this type of opening, the trades by the expert advisor, we don't. I mean, there is no way to guarantee that the trade is gonna open exactly at the price of the last at the close price of the previous candle, right? I mean, there is a way. I could make a condition that the price has to be lower or equal to the close price. But then, if I introduce that condition, then I might not get a trade at all, because it doesn't always happen that the price makes a wick, right? Sometimes it just doesn't make a wick. So basically, it's better to just tell the expert advisor to open a trade, because we can also get if immediately after the previous candle has closed, the price decides to go down or in the opposite direction, we will get simply a better price, yeah. But sometimes we will get a worse price. So I thought to myself that the virtual take profit should always be calculated from the close price of the previous candle, so from the signal candle, right? So then I sometimes can get less than 15 pips, sometimes more than 15 pips, depending on first, depending on where the trade opens, and depending on also depending on where the if there is a slippage or there isn't much slippage from the broker's side, right? Uh, anyways, when I got this idea, I kind of coded last night. I coded it a bit awkwardly. So today, when I switched on my trading, my expert advisor, and it started trading, the price went up, but it didn't close. I was watching this. The expert advisor didn't close the price, and I was kind of thinking, what the hell is wrong? because because basically you see that uh, I right here I got a bit of a better price, right? This is a case where I got a better price, so I should have been closed at somewhere around 16 pips or something like that, and the price went all the way up to almost 35 pips, and it didn't close, right? So I closed it manually and analyzed what I had written, and yeah, I made a mistake. I mean, in this, the way I coded it, it would have never closed it, even if, if the price continued all the way up, 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 up. It just would and I wasn't watching. Then the expert advisor would have never closed it because that condition would have never been met. Uh, so basically, I changed that, right? I fixed that, and the next trade was properly. Came out to be a proper trade, yeah. Um, then what happened next is that there was a short signal. The short trade was triggered properly, and it went and it got the stop loss. Now, what happened right here was also, I mean, the short trade was fine, but there was a long signal right after that. So basically, right after that trade had been closed, there should have been a long position triggered, and that long position would have should have always also been profited, should have also profited because the market went up over 20 pips, like 21, 22 pips, where my distance from the close price of the signal candle is only 15 pips, right? So that should have worked, but it didn't. So again, I had to check which condition was blocking this one, and of course I found this. I found that. I fixed that, and we will see later on these two trades how it worked, right? So basically, here we had another signal for a short, and this short worked properly. And here we had another signal for a long. It got triggered properly. It got again. Now I decided to, even though I'm still using the stop loss level, but I've decided to close those positions not necessarily by the stop loss level, but just by the condition that the candle closed opposite, right? Opposite. So yeah. So right now I'm getting a bit of an advantage, not much, but still, like we see, the order closed a bit before the stop loss, and the important thing is that the reverse signal triggered the new trade, and that new trade was successful. Then when the market started a little bit consolidating right here, I switched off the expert advisor. If it had been running, it would have had an opportunity to go short right here, and of course make profit. Then it would have lost again on the long one, and it would have again made some profit on the short one. Now, yeah, basically that's what has happened at this moment. Now, I have another scenario here. I have this scenario right here for either closing by profit, which was being realized today, right? And I have another option for closing on first opposite, right? Close on first opposite. That's what I'm planning to be testing out perhaps even starting tomorrow, because everything seems to work properly right now. So now I have to see, because what would have been the difference? Well, the difference would have been like this. The difference would have been that this trade, my mouse wheel isn't working properly. The difference would have been that this trade would have been probably less profitable. However, this one would have been much more profitable because it would have gone all the way up there, right? So there would have been like 50 pips, or perhaps even more, because this is the ending of the day. So at the ending of the day, I would simply close it manually. So yeah, so yesterday these three right here, this one would have been profitable about like this. The next one would have been also profitable, and the third one would have been either zero or just slightly lost, right? Because it would have closed on the first opposite. Now, as far as today is concerned, this one would have been a little bit profitable, less profitable than here, but it would have been still profitable. This one would have been running all the way up to there, right? So it would have been more profitable. Well, we know that. Now, there was no trading right here. This one would have been about the same profitable, right? Because that's basically, I realized that scenario manually right here. This one would have been much more profitable, right? This one would have been a little bit less on the loss side, right? This one, the next one, the long one, if there had been a long one, that would have been like zero or a little bit in minus. This short one would have been much more profitable. Again, this long one would have been at this moment it wouldn't make a difference, because that was the scenario right now. Close on first opposite. Now this short one again would have been more profitable. And looking at the next trades, this one would have been very profitable if there had been a trade, right? If the expert advisor was running, this one would have been very profitable. This one would have been lost traditionally, and the next one would have been about like this. So basically, again, it would have been more profitable than in the restricted virtual take profit conditions, right? Now, of course, I mean, there is no guarantee that this expert will always be so profitable as it looks today, because well, today the market was pretty nicely volatile. In other words, it was the daily range was 328 pips, right? Basically, plus we can see that basically the market went up, yeah. So basically, let's zoom it out a bit. So we see that the market went up and then came back down, right? So it went up quite a lot, practically all the whole 328 pips, right? And then it came back down, also a lot of pips. It came back down over 200 pips, almost 240 pips. So and the average, the ATRs on the M15 were pretty high today. Like even at this moment, we still have 40 pips. It's right here, down here, right, right here. We still have 40 pips of ATR at this moment on the M15, right? and the ATR was reaching at a certain moment, at least from what I noticed, was even around or a little bit over 80 pips. So that's a nice market to trade, you know. Uh, if it only were this way always. Well, we can't get that guarantee. So basically, that's why when the market is moving, um, well, that's why I have this restriction right here. But I have an ATR restriction, but I had input only 11 pips as a minimum ATR points right here. But I'm starting, I've only applied this ATR limitation to my pattern number one, not to patterns 2 and 3. But I'm kind of thinking of applying it to all the patterns because I have a spread, maximum spread points, right? So a spread limit right here you can input. But I'm thinking of changing this to a much higher number, so that we can avoid trading in let's say more consolidating markets. But I still have to take a good look at it. I mean, so basically, I have to run the expert advisor on a few days that would be less volatile, or pretty. But yesterday the market wasn't so volatile and it still worked, right? So even if we look at this, yesterday the market made only 173 pips total range, and we can see that it was much less volatile. Still, in all, no matter which scenario it would be, either the virtual take profit or the close on first opposite, it still would have worked. It still would have worked because there were 3 opportunities here and two opportunities just there. How would it exactly work in these situations? Well, we can see that at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5 good signals right here, 5 good working signals, and only right here there was a kind of a mishmash. So basically, this first long would have been lost. This second long also would have been lost. This short also would have been lost, and this last long would have made profit. So basically, there would have been 3 losses before 1 profit, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 losses and 6 profits. Because I think that one wasn't. No, that one was too early. I'm not trading at these hours usually. So basically, there would have been 3 losses and 6 profits. This one would have been 0. This one would have been 0. This one would have been profit. That one would also be a loss. So no. So that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 losses on the first opposite. 4 losses. 1 for 0. And so that and only 3 profitable. So these profitables would have to be much bigger than those losses, which might not actually happen, right? Because because there is no way. So perhaps maybe so this is kind of like I say, it's difficult for the expert advisor to know when to use which scenario actually, because maybe if there were, you know, in this situation, in this scenario where 15 pips would trigger the take profit, then the first trade would have been in profit. The second and third trades would have been in loss. The fourth trade would have been in profit. Again, only a smaller profit. So this is kind of those are the most difficult elements, and basically it's difficult to find some correlation. I mean, the only correlation would be the ATRs. So basically, even though, you know, it is possible to code it, I mean, but then we have to tell the expert advisor, for example, that if the market is let's say in the range of this ATR to this ATR, then use this scenario. If the ATR is above, let's say, a specific number, then use the other scenario, and that would have been more I don't know, could be more profitable. I don't know, because, you know, it's kind of a this requires some more observation, right? It requires some more I wouldn't call it testing, I would call it simply running the expert advisor and observing, right, and making the statistics, or yeah, doing the statistics. Anyways, that's it for this market. Now as far as the other account, right, I have a second account right here. So as far as the other account is concerned, then I'm also working on this idea on this account that you know, because what you see here, this is also the DAX, but it's the M1 chart, and basically what you see right here, those boxes, are exactly the Renko bars, the 11 pips Renko bars right here. See, they are exactly those 11 pips Renko bars, exactly the same ones as on the Renko chart. However, well, my expert advisor is not yet coded to use this, right? I can only do this by using the standard method of clicking with the DADAS trade ruler here, and then either clicking sell or buy. I can still do that, right? I can do that right here, and this is also an idea, yeah, for trading. Let's say for making high probability trades, right? High probability trades, like for example right here, this is only 11 pips, so 11 pips from this line right here. So basically the idea of taking the distance of another Renko bar. So I'm still working on that idea. Whether or not I can manage to write an algorithm for automatic trading on this context, I don't know yet. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe I don't know. I still have to think about it. This is like another topic for the future. At this moment, I have to be concentrated on this other one right here. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much. Please like, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified about my future videos. Join my DADAS Trading Room Discord server. I don't know. Recently, the only people that are joining, I mean, yeah, I have some new Polish people, but if anybody is joining from abroad, they are usually scammers who want to advertise somebody else's, let's say 99% success rate trading system. And funny thing is that they actually have a 99% success rate trading system, and yet they are advertising it instead of just using it to make money, right? That's a funny thing. Anyways, okay, so like I said, join my Dada's Trading Room Discord server. You can also become my patron or support me directly through my PayPal account and become a VIP on my Dada's Trading Room Discord server. And you can read about the benefits of becoming a VIP on a special channel which is entitled the Patreon benefits, and there you will find all the information you need. Thanks a lot for this one. Well, we're having like African weather right now, all of a sudden, very hot. Hope you're having a nice summer. Please stay healthy, please stay well, and see you next time. Bye.